What are three things that concerns you personally the most as a black woman?
Police.
What is a woman?
I'm a woman. There are plenty of women, but I'm not going to get into that because now you're getting into something that is different to each person. And it's a dividing question. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole.
You don't want to say? One policy. Trump or Kamala?
Kamala.
Why?
African American president.
Good morning, America. We are literally 3 days until the election. Oh my god, who is going to win? Is it going to be Donald Trump or Kamala Harris? I am literally tripping right now. Today, I'm going to be asking a very particular group, black women, who are they voting for? Kamala Harris could be the first ever woman president in the United States of America. But one of the main reasons that black women might be voting for Kamala Harris could be because Kamala Harris is half black. Did you guys know that there is 47.9 million black people in the United States of America? That accounts for 14.4% of the American people. And to my rough estimate, half of them is probably black women. I also want to tell you guys a fun fact. There is 4.9 Chinese Americans, there is 3 million Russians, 2 million Koreans, almost 47.9 black Americans, there is 5 million Muslims, 9 million Jewish, 6 million Indians, and many more other ethnicities, races, and countries that live in the United States of America, and I never thought that America is this diverse. So let's hit the road and ask, who are they voting for? Could you tell me three of her policies that you know?
I'm not sure three of her policies. I forgot. I know that she's pushing a lot for the women's abortions.
What's your thoughts on abortion?
I think every woman should have their own right to have an abortion. I think that is a good thing for us as females.
Do you think there should be any limit?
No,
Not at all.
not at all. It's your body. You should be able to do whatever you want with your own body.
What should be like the limit?
I think the limit should be at least 3 months. I don't think it should go over 3 months, honestly.
So after 3 months, it's like the baby is forming.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but I know a lot of people have different choices about that, and different circumstances come up to where they do have to make that decision.
What's your thoughts on illegal immigrants?
I think people should be able to come here. You don't know what they go through in other countries. Other countries have different governmencies that don't help them, especially with Medi-Cal and different type of housing. They need to come here, and I think it should be able to come here if they need to come here to get out of any type of danger. Anything they want to get out of the country for, we have more open opportunities here, so I think it's good for them to be able to do that.
What are three things that concerns you personally the most as a black woman?
Police. Police is my big concern. They take a lot of advantage of people. And then number two is like the government. They don't have enough housing for the homeless in Los Angeles. It needs to provide more opportunities for the veterans too that are homeless. And there's not enough resources out here for them. So that's another thing. Gas. Gas prices is too high. We pay a lot of taxes here. They need to lower the gas prices for people to be able to get around. Gas is extremely high in California.
One of your concern is the government itself, but right now the government is Democrat.
Yeah.
Biden and Kamala Harris.
Yeah, but they're not doing as much as they should be doing, in my opinion. There should be more.
But you're still voting for them?
I'm still voting for Camilla, yeah, because I want her to be the first African American female in office. I think it would be better because we haven't had a female president at all, and I think she would be more helpful as women as well. So that's why I'm voting for her, and I hope that she wins. Trump, I like him, but his policies are a little bit too extreme. He does a little bit too much extreme things. He talks bad about people a lot. So I don't choose him right now. And plus, he was already ran a few years ago, and it didn't go so well with that.
What are Trump extreme policies?
Right now, I'm not really sure about all his policies, but I know when he was in office, he didn't do much of a good job with a lot of things.
If Trump were to watching this video, what would be your message to Donald Trump?
To help illegal immigrants, because that's one thing he doesn't want. He wants to put the borders up. He doesn't want anyone coming here for help. I think he should help that people that are seeking help to get into this country, especially with women with children. They should be number one to be able to get help if they have to get out of danger or anything they're going through in their country. So that's why I think he should focus on a lot of that. The economic that is happening right now, we're paying higher prices for lower items. You can't go shopping. Everything, when you go shopping, the prices of food is very high, and they shrinkage the items that you buy. So I don't think that's right, because we're paying full price for items that are way smaller than they were before. So he needs to fix that if he does win. But I hope she does.
Every American is worried about inflation. Inflation is impacting 6 out of 7 US adults. But there is a way to combat that. As many of you guys know, there are savings that are under constant pressure from high interest rates, taxes, and inflation. I wanted to tell you guys a way to protect your savings, and that is by buying gold from American Hartford Gold. Many economists consider gold a hedge against inflation. Did you guys know that 1 troy ounce of gold in 2000 was $274, and right now it's $2,758. I personally like buying gold because gold is a precious metal and it's backed by its value, unlike dollar, and it's also a good way to diversify your portfolio. American Hartford Gold provides Gold IRA, which is tax-free and penalty-free. They have no buyback fees. They have free storage and delivery services, and if you're new to buying gold, they're also providing free education and support system. American Hartford Gold has 5-star ratings, so if you guys want to buy gold, you could text Dohaa at 65532, call 866-643-9432, or also click the link in description, because they're literally giving away up to $15,000 in free silver, so make sure you guys buy some gold. Okay, back to the video. Trump or Kamala?
Kamala,
Why?
because I think she's going to be a good president. Because Trump failed, me, I don't trust him no more.
What are 3 things that you like about Kamala? You don't want to say? Donald Trump or Kamala?
Kamala,
And what's the reason?
because she needs to be president.
Why?
Because she needs to be. Trump ain't doing nothing.
But what's the reason?
Because she's a good lady.
Oh, can you tell her policies?
Nope.
One policy. Are you gonna vote?
Eventually,
When?
as soon as they start.
Oh, when are they starting?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Sometime November,
Okay.
next month. I'm voting.
Really?
Most definitely. For Kamala.
If you had one message for Donald Trump, what would you say?
Get the fuck out of here.
Who are you voting for?
Jesus. If I had my wish, it would be Donald Trump. Well, Trump's not a bad guy. I worked for Trump in Atlantic City when he had all his casinos.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What policies do you like?
I haven't really did my research as of yet. I will look into it after this vacation. How about that?
Seems like a plan.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely not. Abortion should not be banned. I think that the government definitely shouldn't be telling women what to do with their bodies. And I think that is between a woman and her doctor and her partner. Don't like the term illegal immigrants. I always thought that was a very strange. So undocumented, I don't think that it's criminal. I think that obviously if they commit crimes, then that is something that we should look to. Obviously, it's better if people come here in the right way. There are many people who come here the right way, but there's many people who don't, of all colors. And I think the problem is the immigration focus is always on immigrants that are from South America, Central America, never Europe, never Canada. So I think that it comes down to a race issue. Yeah, I think under 18, I'm not really a fan of that. I feel like we're still forming. I think after 18, after 21, when you've had an opportunity to really live life, and maybe I feel like you're still making decisions and you're still growing as a minor. I think that's a very, very, very heavy responsibility and a very big decision to make at that age. Obviously, I don't have any children, so can't really comment on what a person should or should not do with their children, but I do think that's a heavy responsibility and a heavy decision for someone who is so young to make. Should there be limits on abortion? Well, I think that the limitations that we had in Roe versus Wade were great. There are all kinds of things that can happen to a woman. I think when the woman's life is in jeopardy, you got to act. It's important to have a choice what to do with your body. Obviously, I believe in life, but I also believe that a woman should have the opportunity to make that decision. And the woman's life is important as well. So if you're pro-life, you have to be completely pro-life. And I feel like the anti-abortion crusade kind of goes too far with it, right? It's a complicated issue. There's no easy solution. It's very, very complex, but I think that Roe versus Wade had it right. And so now that it's gone, we see the consequences of that. And we see that women are suffering like they were before Roe versus Wade, which is the reason why there was such the push to have Roe in the first place. And so now you have women that are dying unnecessarily because of these extreme bans that are happening across the country.
Well, first and foremost, because she is the most qualified for the job. She's been vice president
president for 3 years. She was a state's attorney general for the state of California. She was a former prosecutor. She was a state senator. And she understands real issues. She understands the Constitution, number one. She understands the government. She understands the need for coming together between different parties to come to consensus for the best for all people in the United States. I think we've had enough of bipartisan politics. I think we need someone who really cares about everyone from the ground floor up to the top, and that's who she is.
What is an assault weapon?
Usually they're military grade weapons that fire off continuous rounds. And so when you're thinking in terms of what we should have in our personal homes, we don't need that. We know that assault weapons kill so many people, particularly when you think about those who go into schools, who go into universities, who go into businesses, and they kill people indiscriminately for whatever issue they personally have. Typically, they're using assault weapons. There's no need for assault weapons to defend one's home and property.
Can you define what is a woman?
I'm a woman. There are plenty of women, but I'm not going to get into that because now you're getting into something that is different to each person. And it's a dividing question that I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. So we're not going to do that. And so I'm so sorry. It's time for us to go, but thank you so much for the opportunity. Vote Vice President Kamala Harris for president. And if you want to know another reason why, read Project 2025. Thank you.
My name is Deborah St. Fard. I'm a physician from University of Colorado, and I am voting for Vice President Kamala Harris to be President of the United States. As a physician in the state of Colorado, I'm grateful for the policies that we have there that protect women's health care. That's what this is. We now, because of Trump's ban abortion, we have women literally dying every day. I have 2 daughters. I hope if they want, we'll be able to have children in the future, and I am petrified, absolutely petrified of what might happen to them if the pregnancy were to go awry. They potentially would die. And I worked my butt off to keep my kids healthy and keep them alive and away from, drugs and all these things that can kill them. And now all of a sudden I have to worry about their wanting to start a family, or heaven forbid, they're being taken advantage of and raped by someone, and then not being given a chance about their body. And especially if something were to go wrong and I were to lose one of my daughters, who's to blame for that? Trump. Is there anything that Trump has said that I agree with? That Vance is an idiot. So I think the crisis at the border is real and it is significant. I must tell you that I am a Haitian immigrant. And so I also recognize that what goes on in other countries, where my father, for instance, was literally on a disappearing list, which means that's a hit list by Duvalier, and that's why we fled, and I came here in 1965 as a 6-month-old child. So those oppressions, people who are fearing for their lives, that's real. Or even people who, when they're seeking asylum, we did that. We were so grateful to be able to come here, and both my parents are physicians, and I'm a physician, and we've lived that American dream, and I'm grateful. I have 2 daughters, one's at Princeton University, one's at Swarthmore College. We are living the American dream. And so to have Trump be so demeaning and cruel to Haitians and Puerto Ricans and anyone who is not white, let me state that. I'll restate that. Trump is cruel and demeaning and hostile to anyone who is not white. He is unabashedly racist. He is unabashedly misogynistic. And the 50% in this country who are supporting him need to understand that that is what they are supporting and that is what they are stating if they are voting for him. So let's be clear about that. Vice President Kamala Harris will be able to enact the bill that was put forward by, I think it was Senator Langford, a Republican, which was a tough bill for the border, and it's Trump who undermined that effort. So this is not about Vice President Harris and her efforts at the border. This is about Trump killing the bill by accusing or letting all the Republicans know to not support a bill that was supported by a bipartisan group in Congress. This is about Trump once again. He is not interested in solving problems, and Kamala Harris is.
Do you think Biden is real and alive, or is he an AI?
That's funny. At least I saw a picture of President Biden standing in line to vote. So I am so grateful to President Joe Biden for standing out of the way to allow the next generation to lead this country forward. That is what I have to say about President Joe Biden. I have sent letters to him and emails to him thanking him, and I just hope that he knows how much we love everything that he's done. His presidency has helped America a lot, and I believe that I understand I'm paying for groceries still that are more expensive than I would like, but these things take time, and Kamala Harris is on the job. She has prosecuted people who for fraud and people who elevate prices for no reason. So we're going to vote her into office and she's going to take care of it. And plus inflation is moving in the right direction. So I'm good.
That was a lot to hear. I'm literally making these interviews, documentaries every single day. Let me know if you guys are actually enjoying these videos and getting to know what people have to say. Dohaa the Explorer actually represents the voice of American people. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments and I will see you guys tomorrow. Dohaa the Explorer.